Bună ziua, dragii mei. Day 12. Wow, just two to go. Um, Now we need a certificate to go out, to go outside, and you have to fill that in, and the police could stop you and fine you if you don't have a certificate. If you don't have the internet or you don't have a printer at home, you're a bit messed up, but there we go. Sorry to read about the lack of PPE, personal protection equipment and ventilators in the UK, and mixed messages coming from the government there. First, Hancock said they were cooperating with the EU. Then, oh no, we're not in the EU. And then, oh, we didn't get the email offering us ventilators. So, an absolute shambles and shameful. Here, the health minister yesterday, Kostake, he resigned, probably very stressed, and his deputy's been appointed in his place. But on a more positive note, I want to talk about tourism in Romania and where you could go. Most people would probably fly into Bucharest. I'd spend 2 days there. I don't think more than 2 days is worth it. You could visit the Parliament, which I talked about earlier. You have to take your passport along. The Village Museum and the Fine Arts Museum, absolutely fantastic. And there are a multitude of wonderful parks. And the old centre, Cala Victoriei, or Lipscan is the district which I would recommend. Absolutely beautiful. A wonderful restaurant in the centre of town, a bit touristy, but it's worth a visit, called Caracubere, which means carriage with beer. And you can try all sorts of delicacies there. Going through some other towns you might want to visit. Well, if you're in Bucharest, it's very easy to get to Brașov. Brașov is one of these Saxon towns. There were seven Saxon towns established by the Austro-Hungarians. And in Brașov, you can visit the Black Church, and the centre is absolutely beautiful. And the ski resort of Poiana Brașov, which is up in the mountains just above the city. Very beautiful town, which is not far, maybe 10 kilometers from Bran. Bran, which is they're selling it as Dracula's castle. It isn't Dracula's castle. Dracula's castle was elsewhere. Vlad Tepes did not live in Bran, but there's a rather wonderful castle in Bran which you can visit. Sibiu, I've mentioned Sibiu, which is an absolutely stunning Saxon town. You could be in Germany when you're there. You look around in the main square and it's almost as if it's Germany. And indeed they have a fantastic Christmas market. There's a wonderful museum there, the Bruckenthal Museum, which is very well worth a visit. And the town itself is stunning. So I'd recommend that. If you want to see some royal palaces, go to Sinai, and you have two palaces, Peleș and Pelișor. These are the royal palaces, the former residence of the royal family, and they're open to the public. You can go and visit them, and they're stunning. A town I haven't visited yet, I want to. I'm desperate to go and see it. It's one of the finest medieval walled cities in Europe and in Romania, Sighișoara. So beautifully painted houses and a citadel, effectively. If we're going further to the west, the towns of Timișoara and Arad. Timișoara was where the revolution started, and you can still see the bullet holes on the main square. It's been renovated, pedestrianised, and is absolutely stunning, and has a selection of art museums and a rather beautiful cathedral. The town of Arad, further to the north, is also absolutely stunning and well worth a visit. And here, of course, Craiova, the capital of Oltenia, where you can visit a beautiful church, Madonna Dudu, the Oltenia Museum in Baniei House, which shows you the ethnography of Oltenia, how people live here, costumes, etc. There's a rather wonderful monastery about 2 kilometers out of the center called Cozuna monastery. So I'd recommend any of these cities for a visit. You can travel around either by public transport or hire a car, but be careful if you hire a car. So final couple of jokes for today. What is colder than the cold water in Romania? The hot water. And what does a Romanian radiator say when you put your hands on it? Oh, your hands are so warm. And a bonus joke. In the Ceausescu era, there were a group of men in a bar. One man says to the other, "What do you think of Ceausescu?" And his companion looks around and says, "No, there are too many people in here. I can't tell you. Let's go outside." So they go outside. And he says, "Right, now I can tell you. I actually quite like the guy." All right, on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Sanatate. Stay safe. La rivedere.